off and thinking of the round off technique, I want you to think about something. How do you set for a backflip? Your feet are in front of you, right? So your feet are just straight, and then you go up, you lift, and you land. And you land about the same spot, right? That's a pretty okay backflip, right? Now, back handspring, what do? Your hips, when you sit back in that chair, in that imaginary chair when you're doing a back handspring, my hips go back. So if I were to do a back handspring, I would sit back, and my hips would go back. If that makes sense. So now that you kind of understand that concept, think of your round-offs differently now. So round-off backflip. So you're going to do the step. Your feet are going to go straight, but they're going to go underneath your hips. So what you want to do with a round-off backflip is you want a shit ton of power so you can get as high as you can. So you're here, and then you're going to go up, boom, like your round-off. I'm only putting one foot back for an example because I can't stand like that. I'm not Michael Jackson. So you're here, with your round-off backflip, you're going to go like this. You're going to land like this. That way you can shoot up. I'll just do it out of a one-step round-off. That way you can kind of see I'm going up instead of back. I'll go back a little bit, but I'll go up for the most part. See how my hips, see with the round-off backflip, my hips, my feet land here, so my hips are in front of my feet. That way I can transfer into height. Now, so that's a round-off backflip setup. Now, if you're doing a round-off back handspring, it's a little tricky. A lot of trickers get this wrong because no one taught them how to do it. So what you're gonna do, remember when I talked about that back handspring? Your hips go in front of you and behind your feet because you're sitting back in that chair. Round off, you're gonna do round off back handspring the exact same way. So instead of putting your feet behind you and shooting up, you're gonna round off with your feet going underneath of you so you can shoot back. I'll show you an example. If you looked and you watched really carefully, my feet landed slightly in front of me. That way I could shoot back. And that gives you a ton of power because you can shoot back and you land your back handspring. You can land it how you would for the round off backflip setup. You land it with your feet like this, and then you throw your another skill. That's how round off back handspring, that's how people do like round off back handspring triple backs and like round off back handspring quad pulls, because they have that extra power from that back handspring to throw more skills. I hope that makes sense. That's just a really easy way of explaining it. So I'll do a round off backflip setup real quick, so that'll help explain it more. So as you can see, with that round off backflip, my feet were here. That way I could block up, throw my arms up, and get more height. Now this is just out of a one-step round off, so I'm not maximizing my height. I'm just showing you an example. Now, with the round off back handspring, your feet, you try to get your feet to come in front of you a little bit, just like when you're doing a normal standing back handspring, your feet are in front of your hips. Same concept. With the round off, you're gonna land kind of like this, or like this. That way you can go to your back handspring. I'll show you what I mean. That way it's not super high. Now, if I did a round off back handspring, like I would a round off backflip, it would look something like this. See the difference? See how that back handspring is super high? That's what yours look like, because you're doing it out of a backflip setup. But if you land your feet here, you'll go farther, and then you can punch like this and go straight up. I hope that helps. That's the best way I can think of explaining it, because that's how I think of it. Think back handspring, round off, land with your feet in front, backflip, round off, feet land in the back. Hope this helps.